Tope, it's great to have you in this program.
Thank you for having me once again.
As we all know now, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria is out of the recession. What is the implication of this to the Nigerian economy?
Certainly, I think we'd all expected that we'll be out of the recession. And you look at the World Bank consensus, a large consensus, even prior to the beginning of this year, was that we're going to have between 0.8% to 1.1% growth. And that is one. So therefore, what we're saying is that we are seeing an end to these subsequent contractions in GDP. But more importantly is that we're also seeing that circle of, we're also seeing a reduction in output gaps, which we've been seeing from the first quarter. And if you look at the first quarter, for instance, is that you find out that industrial production also increased by 0.01% compared to the fourth quarter of 2016, whereby industrial production actually fell by minus 0.01%. But then, therefore, it's good. We're out of a recession, which is nice. But more importantly is that even if you look at our growth, people said which the consensus of between 0.8% to 0.8% to 1.1% is that growth itself is also very faint, actually, to address issues like unemployment, and at the same time to also address issues that also boils down on poverty. Because the truth is that we have to achieve an internal balance whereby you have unemployment, you achieve full unemployment within stable price levels. But if you look at what we have is that we have underemployment, which is between 20.1%. We have youth unemployment at 25%. We have underemployment of 19.1%. We also have inflation at 16.05%. Even though inflation has been falling, but you'd find out that inflation has still been expressing some form of inertia, and unemployment has also increased. Income, you still have income stagnation. So the truth is that the growth of 0.8%, between 0.8% to 1.1%, it's still very little. It's still very little to really address issues, external issues, because in real sense is that it will still take some time for a dynamic adjustment path to really recover from the external effects that occurred between 2015, within the periods of 2015 and 2016.
Beyond the undertone, political economic-wise, what should be done to ensure that this recovery becomes inclusive growth that will drive the entire Nigerian economic process?
So the first question is that what is our level, what is our best growth, our growth burst, which is about 3.2%. Number one is that have we achieved the takeoff point? Most economies need a takeoff point between 6.5% to about 8%. Now, Nigeria have not gotten to its takeoff point so far. And that's one of the reasons we've not been able to have diversification. Two is that the growth levels we're going to have between 0.8% to 1.1% is still going to be lower than our birth rate. So therefore, even the growth level is still very minute. So in real sense is that you are still going to need some form of policy recalibration. You are still going to need some more of expenditure switch. And you are still going to need more. You have to have a policy whereby you have to manage trade-offs, actually in a manner whereby you have stable price levels and full employment, because you have to achieve full employment in such a manner that capacity utilization is okay. Because the truth is, you cannot really cheer yourself over minus growth of about 0.8% to a range of 1.1% for a country whereby you have a population of about 180 million, and expectedly in 2050, you are going to also have a population of about 450 million. So you find out that it's too little to address the external issue. So the fact is, like I said earlier, is that our dynamic adjustment path have actually experienced high level of external effects, and therefore it needs more policy recalibration. Two is that it also needs more time. It needs, in the sense that it needs more time, policies which are driven aimed at full employment, growth driven, especially from the monetary side. I think that's one of the things. And you need more supply side economics.